I think the death of James Earl Jones came as a surprise to most of us. But not really. He was at that age where we all knew it was possible. I remember feeling so lucky every time a new Star Wars project came out and we got to hear his authentic voice again. I don't think James was financially strapped for cash either when he was doing voice lines in the more recent years, despite him only making $7,000 for A New Hope. I have to think that there was a little bit of passion there. It's not uncommon for actors to grow attached to characters they've played in the past. It is interesting how much more James Earl Jones wanted to pour into the voice of Vader, but was told to actually pull back because George didn't want him to be as expressive as a normal human, because Vader was not a human. When you think about it, that would be a pretty tough role to play. And despite that, he still created that masterpiece that we all know and love, Behind the Mask. When I learned about the passing of James Earl Jones, I had a pit of sadness within me. Now we had lost both halves of a beloved character. My favorite character, not just in Star Wars, but of all time. But after that sadness, I was met with a wave of relief. Why? Well, I did touch on this in my last video about him officially retiring from the voice of Vader last year. James had sold the right of his voice to Disney, meaning he will live on. At the time, however, I couldn't help but feel nervous about this. I was worried that the future meant artificial everything and we would lose the spirit the human voice can bring. But that was not the case. Star Wars fans were subtly introduced to this during the Kenobi show, where Vader's voice was done through AI generation. And with that, I have hope. Darth Vader is bigger than James Earl Jones. He's bigger than David Prowse. He's bigger than George Lucas and everyone who brought him to life. He is his own character, beloved by millions of people across the world. And I have to say, I am relieved that Disney owns the right to his voice. Well, not specifically Disney, just that somebody owns the rights. In some way, we can continue to hear the magic of James Earl Jones long after he's gone. I also just wanted to mention how grateful I am to have been able to hear his voice not once, but twice in the theaters as the movies came out. To be able to witness the true work of Jones in all its power and glory, the depth, anger, tenacity, fear, and authority is something I'll never forget. And what is also worth mentioning is the sincerity, the kindness, and the passion found in all the roles he played aside from the Dark Lord. The world was lucky to have him, and I know we'll all miss him. With Darth Vader being my favorite part of Star Wars, I felt I had to make this video and just pay a small tribute to him. I wanted to end this video with a quote from George Lucas on his passing. James was an incredible actor, a most unique voice both in art and spirit. For nearly half a century, he was Darth Vader. But the secret to it all is he was a beautiful human being. He gave depth, sincerity, and meaning to all his roles, amongst the most important being a devoted husband and father. James will be missed by so many of us, friends and fans alike. Thank you all for watching, and may the Force be with you.